This is the Mass 33 here, and right now, what I'm actually giving is just a, believe it or not, dog food. It's organic chicken dog food. Comes in a small little package. I get it from, you know, Walmart, so it's a version of Blue Buffalo. Tegus are tough. In the wild, they'll eat even dead stuff. That they'll rip a carcass apart and pick whatever they want from that when time is needed. Now, I'm not saying this is something that should be a staple, but in this particular product, there's organic carrots, beet. I think it's beet juice, real chicken, organic chicken, and all this other good stuff that you find in higher food brands for dogs and cats. But some people do cat food. I just do the dog food. Cat food tends to be a little more fattier, and Ocho Cinco will be a future breeder. So even though he's a little on the plus side right now, which is weird because I don't feed him every day. He's just a big boy. For a couple months, he's pretty big. I wanted to show people more like that's what they do. Tegus will actually clean their snout after eating. See? They don't like leaving a mess. Most monitors do it as well. They don't like it, so they'll just rub themselves on something to get whatever extra stuff off their snout. In the wild, they do this, I'm assuming, because they don't want, obviously, ants going on top of them while they're sleeping, even though they don't really care much for that because they sleep in like burrows of, they'll attack a termite burrow if they have to get to, a wild nest of like caiman and stuff like that in the wild in Argentina and whatnot, in Paraguay. But yeah, that's Ocho is a hybrid. He's 60% red, 40% blue tegu. He is getting a lot of red on top of his head. The reason I chose him is because he still kept a little bit of a burnt nose, like the traditional blues, and his head is really black, like the top of it is really dark. So that's the reason why I wanted him so bad. And he was real black. He was so dark. And for some reason, every tegu I've seen so far that was held on to the dark colors longer than the others, the tail and whatnot, they just, I don't know, to me, I've noticed that they came out really pretty. Now, all this is in theory, to be honest with you. I could be talking out of my what, but I do want to show you Ocho. Now, the way I grow my tegus is I don't put them in large enclosures right away. To get proper humidity and stuff like that, you gotta grow them out in smaller tanks and then gradually upgrade them from a 10-gallon to a 20 long to if you have a 30, that's fine. If you don't, you can get away with a 40 breeder. And then from there you could do I've seen 100-gallon breeders, or just from there on, once they're pushing that 2.5, 3 foot mark, you could set them up in a big beautiful enclosure, and they're fine after that. At that point, they have trusted you. You've gained enough trust with them where they're fine, and they're a lot more confident, and they know that you're feeding them and you're not trying to hurt them. They're highly keen, highly intelligent creatures. They're at the top of the food chain as far as monitors they go. I mean, they're not the biggest, but they are on the top as far as survival skills and their adaptability. These guys are number one to me. All right, this is Dumas 33. This is Ocho Cinco. We signing out. Peace.
Everybody, I forgot to mention that on the food itself, I also put, sorry for the shaky hands, let me zoom out, a little better stabilization on the camera. I do add supplements. I don't go heavy on them because the food itself is good. It's all organic and has everything you need. But I also put, calcium on it. So this is Duke. Duke actually is a yearling. He's about a year old. As you can tell, his jowls are starting to develop here on the side, right there. All right, right next to his his foot on the right, and you can see him on the left now. They start to develop this males. Some do it younger than others, but they're usually about a year and a half. So yeah, I do add vitamins to it. So just to let you guys know, the brand I use is by Repashy, but ZoomEd and Exoterra are companies that also make it, and now there's other companies making supplements for different types of reptiles. So we'll leave the description in the bottom, and there you go. Thank you, and I hope everybody has a good one. Peace.